All right. We are going to compute scale factors with different units. All right, first thing we have to do is change units into metric system. So we have kilo, hecto, deca. Our units are meters, liters, and grams. We also have deci, centi, and milli. So to change our conversions, we either are going to multiply by units of 10 or divide. If we start at our units, to go to the right, we're multiplying. This way we multiply. Going to the left, we divide. So if we have 4 meters, and we have our decimal here, we count the number of places that we move to the place that we want to get to, and we add our zeros. So to go from meters to centimeters, we're going to move 2 spaces, and we're going to add zeros. So 4 meters is 400 centimeters. If I have 80 millimeters, my decimal is here, and I'm going to move 1 space to my left, which would be 8 centimeters. If I have 50 meters, and I want to go all the way over to millimeters, I am going to move 3 spaces to my right and add my zeros. So I'm going to have 50,000 millimeters. So then if I have 200 centimeters and I go to millimeters, I'm going to move 1 space to my right and add a 0. So I'm going to have 2,000 millimeters. So now to find the scale factor, the ratio of a length on a scale drawing or model to the corresponding length on the real object, we are going to use these 3 steps. So we are going to write the scale as a ratio, showing the scale length to the actual length. Then we are going to change the lengths to the same units of measurement and then drop it. And it's typically easier to convert the bigger unit to the smaller unit, in other words, feet to inches. And then we are going to simplify. Suppose the scale model has a scale of 2 inches to 3 feet. What is the scale factor? So we're going to take the scale, and we are going to write it as a ratio or a fraction. So 2 inches over 3 feet. So we're going to need to change the 3 feet to inches. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 12, because there's 12 inches in each foot, which is going to give us 36 inches. So I'm going to rewrite that as 2 inches over 36 inches. I'm going to drop the inches, and when I simplify that, let me rewrite this up here. There we go. When I rewrite that, I get 1 over 18. So my scale factor is 1/18. So now, suppose I have 2 inches equaling 4 yards. So my scale would be 2 inches over 4 yards. So we're going to have to change the 4 yards. So if I have 4 yards, there are 3 feet in every yard. So that would give me 12 feet. In order to change the 12 feet, I would have to multiply that by 12, because there's 12 inches in every foot. So that would give me 144 inches. So to rewrite that, I would have 2 inches for 144 inches. And I would cross off the inches. And when I simplify that, I get 1 over 72. So my scale factor is 1 over 72. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what I want to see on the homework. So the next question says the smallest spider, the Patau marbles of Samoa, is 0.43 millimeters long. A scale model of the spider is 8 centimeters long. What is the scale factor of the model? Well, if I write the scale, remember the scale over the actual. So the scale is 8 centimeters over the actual, which is 0.43 millimeters. So I have to write that as far as regular. So that would be to change it to the same units of measure. I would have 8 centimeters. To change this to millimeters, I would have to move it over 1, so it would be 0.043 centimeters. So cross that off. Now I have to simplify this because this is a fraction or decimal. I can't have a decimal in that fraction, so I've got to move that over 3. And remember, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So in this case, I'm going to move it over 3 to the right, and I've got to do that to the top. So I have 800 over 43. Now, I don't believe that that can be simplified. But I'm going to try it anyway, other than it being a mixed number, it can't be. So that is our scale factor. So our scale factor is 800 over 43. So our next problem says figure B is a scaled copy of figure A. So scale, remember, is the scaled, and if you want to write it on the side, scale over actual. So B goes over A. So we have 40 over 10. So now we don't need anything but to simplify it would be 4 over 1. So our scale factor is 4. Our last problem we got to change this though, because it wants the scale factor from A to B. Notice it says 2. So figure A to figure B. So figure A, I'm going to have 10. Figure B is going to be 40. So that is going to be 1/4. So that is what they want the scale factor of. Now I realize that we want scale over actual, but in this case they want it the other way. So it's 1/4. So our next example says figure B is a scaled copy of figure A. What is the scale factor from figure A to figure B? So our scale, figure A to figure B. So figure A is 22. figure B is 44. So when I simplify that, we have 1/2. So our scale factor is 1/2. And that ends our lesson.